Hello and welcome to the 2014 Operation Megaphone Worldwide Lock-in Informational Webinar. My name is Brent Edwards and I'll be leading today's webinar along with headquarters representatives from the Air Force, Army, Coast Guard, and Marines. Prior to getting started with the webinar, let's go over a few basic housekeeping items. It is recommended that all attendees have the Operation Megaphone operating manual readily available. Please take notes as needed. As we proceed with the webinar, all participants will be able to ask questions via the GoToWebinar chat box. Please take a moment now to locate the chat box on your GoToWebinar screen. Once you have located the chat box, note that attendees can type directly into the open box. Once an attendee has typed a question, hit send and all information will be forwarded to the headquarters representatives. Following the webinar, all questions will be answered by the headquarters representatives, and a question and answer document will be developed and provided to all attendees. We encourage all attendees to ask questions throughout the entire webinar. If there are multiple personnel viewing today's webinar through one computer, please type all the attendees' first and last names into the GoToWebinar chat box now. This action will test the chat box feature and enable the services to track all attendees. Additionally, all attendees are muted to prevent audio feedback. However, again, please feel free to utilize the chat box to ask any and all questions throughout the webinar. Lastly, it is possible that we may experience technical difficulties during today's webinar. If this occurs, please bear with us and note that we may need to reconnect to the webinar. However, a recording of this webinar will be available in the near future. In today's webinar, we will cover a general overview and history of Operation Megaphone, some event specifics, the 2014 theme and service project, several recommendations, event challenges, and how event sites will virtually connect. We will begin this webinar by providing all attendees with a brief overview and history around Operation Megaphone, also known as OMP. In July 2012, the Air Force, Navy Teen Councils and the Army Teen Panel participated in a joint service teen council meeting in San Antonio, Texas. The teen representatives discussed the common issues affecting youth on military installations, all culminating in a formal outbrief attended by their respective military leadership. The outbrief was highlighted by the introduction of Operation Megaphone, a joint military teen initiative designed to combat the three program issues identified by the Joint Service Teen Council. Those program issues are the lack of participation in military programs, the need for stronger school support for transitioning military teens, and the need for up-to-date and dynamic marketing of military youth programs. From the introduction of Operation Megaphone, the Joint Service Teen Council identified the need to get the word out as their official slogan and began a teen-directed effort for all military services to implement an annual worldwide overnight lock-in during the month of the military child with the intent to raise awareness of the aforementioned military youth program issues, to reach out to existing and new populations of military youth eligible for military youth programs, connecting military youth within and across all branches of service, and to create and promote local partnerships. In April 2013, the Joint Service Teen Council's project was finally realized. 3,500 military youth and teens participated in 105 overnight lock-ins located at military youth program facilities worldwide. Event highlights included social media Harlem Shake contests, online scavenger hunts, and joint events including Air Force, Army, and Navy teens. The Joint Service Teen Council plans to widen its reach this year and is happy to announce the incorporation of the Coast Guard and Marines. Now that we've covered a brief overview, let's discuss the 2014 Operation Megaphone event. On the screen, you will see the event specifics. Several of these topics will be discussed in greater detail later. However, it is important to note that each Operation Megaphone event is going to look, sound, and feel a little bit different depending upon where you are. These event specifics are meant to guide event planners so that military teams across the world can expect a similar experience wherever they choose to participate in Operation Megaphone. For example, if your individual installation has already planned an overnight lock-in or special event on a different date than the suggested dates of 25 through 26 April, your event planners and teams must choose to either move your previously made plans to coincide with the official Operation Megaphone dates, or you can choose to maintain your previously determined dates and simply adopt the Operation Megaphone theme, service project, and other event recommendations. The main goal is for all military teams to receive Operation Megaphone in some form or fashion. I will now pass the webinar to Ms. Stacy Wendt from the Army.
Thank you, Brent, and hello, everyone. Glad that you can join us. I'm going to talk a little bit about the theme and the service project of Operation Megaphone. For 2014, the theme is Memories from Around the World. This theme was voted upon by the Operation Megaphone Planning Committee, and in their own words, they chose this theme because military teams have been all around the world in a sense, and we should share our stories with other people. Some recommendations to implement this theme include, but aren't limited to, displaying or sharing photos of your program highlights with event participants and through the established Operation Megaphone social media pages, scheduling a time for event participants to reflect and share their individual or collective memories in various formats. Some examples could be small group conversations, journaling, and again using the social media platforms. The event theme was intended to be more than just a big kid show and tell, so we encourage you to get together with your teens and ask how they would like to share their stories. After several discussions on the Operation Megaphone theme, the Planning Committee began to decide on a service project. For 2014, the Operation Megaphone service project is Aid to the Philippines. On November 8, 2013, Super Typhoon Haiyan, one of the strongest storms ever recorded, brought tremendous destruction and desolation to the Philippines and the surrounding areas. In the Philippines alone, over 6,200 people lost their lives, 12,000 people were injured, and tens of thousands were left homeless. Although major news outlets no longer feature top stories on the recovery efforts currently occurring in the Philippines, assistance is still needed. In response, the Operation Megaphone Planning Committee strongly requests military youth programs to discuss, organize, and implement a service project to support the people of the Philippines. Some recommendations from the committee include working with local Red Cross donation centers to gather necessary resources such as food or clothing during your event, to provide event participants with an online donation portal from a reputable relief agency such as the Red Cross Disaster Typhoon Relief, UNICEF's Thereafter Haiyan, or Mercy Corps' Aid to the Philippines. Another recommendation is to provide a registration discount to the participants and provide donations to the Philippines. I will now pass the webinar over to Mr. Chet Klein from the Air Force.
Thank you very much, Stacy, and hello, everybody. This is Chet Klein. I'm down here in San Antonio with Headquarters Air Force Services Agency. And as Brent from the Navy mentioned earlier, each Operation Megaphone event will ultimately end up a little different than the others. This is due to different local resources, event participants, and local policies that guide each installation's implementation of special events, like overnight lock-ins. However, the Operation Megaphone Planning Committee is encouraging every event site to implement the following event recommendations. As detailed in the 2014 Operation Megaphone Operating Manual, you should be involved in the planning and implementation of the event. This event is supposed to be as youth-directed and as possible, with staff only supervising. Next, the Operation Megaphone Planning Committee recommends that every event site not exceed $20 per person for registration fees. Additionally, Each event site should include activities from the 6 core programming areas as shown on the screen: character leadership development, education and career development, health and life skills, the arts, sports, fitness and recreation, and technology. If authorized, event sites should use this event as a platform to fundraise for future youth events and supplies like Keystone, conference attendance, and other special trips. Fundraising can range from implementing a concession stand, collecting soda cans, or selling event t-shirts or other merchandise. Lastly, each teen's registration fee should fund any meals offered during the event, preferably a dinner, light snack, and breakfast, as well as any miscellaneous equipment rentals. Outside of activity programming from the 6 core programming areas as previously discussed, all event sites are highly encouraged to participate in the Operation Megaphone event challenges. Each completed challenge has an associated point value with a maximum of 100 points if possible. Installations that achieve exemplary results may be rewarded for their efforts by their respective headquarters if funding allows. However, these challenges are not intended to be participated in for their potential rewards. They're intended to be implemented so that teens across the world have a similar experience during their Operation Megaphone event. On the screen are the challenges with their associated point values. Many of these challenges have been discussed previously. However, I'll highlight a few now. Each event site should discuss and develop solutions for the 3 common issues identified by the Joint Service Team Council as it pertains to your installation. Those issues, again, are the lack of participation in military youth programs, the need for stronger school support in transitioning military teens, and the need for up-to-date and dynamic marketing of military youth programs. Teen leadership meetings can occur at the middle, beginning, or near the end of the actual event. Teen leadership meetings should last for no more than 30 to 45 minutes. They should be led by teen leaders, and depending on your group size, multiple meetings may need to occur simultaneously. Receiving a very important person, or VIP, can range from the commanding officer of the installation, mayor of the town, or the president of the Spouses Club. The intent of receiving a VIP is to display teams taking action on behalf of their program, highlighting the results of the team leadership meeting, and requesting the VIP's input or assistance to solve identified teen issues. Lastly, I'll provide further guidance on partnering. Due to the geographic location of some of the event sites, physically partnering with another event site can become difficult. However, one of the goals of Operation Megaphone is to connect military youth across and within all branches of service, and to create and promote local partnerships. Therefore, if an event site cannot physically partner with the same or sister service installation, partnerships can be made with on or off-base partners. On or off-base partners can range from bowling center, fitness center, swimming pool, etc., while off-base partners can range from local Red Cross, Boys and Girls Club, and a local arcade. Now on to social media, and I'll pass the webinar back to Ms. Stacy Wendt from the Army.
Thanks, Chet. Unlike any other generation, the millennial generation has grown up in a digital world. The internet, social networking, and cell phones are powerful tools that can help youth communicate, network, and receive information. In an effort to optimize Operation Megaphone Worldwide Lock-in, event sites are encouraged to use their local social media platforms to intentionally market their event to the teens. The Operation Megaphone Challenge's participations happen through these social media sites, and you can also share local programming successes through those same sites. Please review the Operation Megaphone Operating Manual for sample Facebook posts, Twitter tweets, and social marketing guides. During the 2013 Operation Megaphone event, pictures and videos and trivia questions were posted on the official Operation Megaphone Facebook and Twitter pages. Due to teen input, Operation Megaphone Planning Committee has also created an Instagram account for picture submission. This year, event sites and individual participants are requested to utilize the official Operation Megaphone social media pages to virtually connect their teens, to post pictures, share activities, and allow the teens to share their memories from around the world while using the hashtag OMP2014. Lastly, please note that each social media page will feature time-sensitive challenges throughout your event. Challenges could range from posting a picture of an activity to building a 10-person human pyramid. I'll now pass the webinar to Mr. Brent from the Navy.
Thanks, Stacy. In 2013, event sites attempted to virtually connect using a combination of social media and Skype. Some event sites were successful while others were not. Teen feedback indicated that Skype was unsuccessful because there wasn't enough facilitation to ensure people were at their computers at the same time. Due to this inconsistency, the Operation Megaphone Planning Committee will coordinate several online meetings via the GoToMeeting platform. Event sites will be able to register for virtual meeting dates and times that coincide with their individual event schedules and virtually connect with other event sites that register for the same date and time. GoToMeeting registration information will be released to event site POCs in late March 2014 after all registrations are received and compiled. In the interim, please visit www.gotomeeting.com to test your computer's capabilities and remember to have a webcam and microphone or phone available. Please note that the GoToMeeting smartphone application may not allow for webcam sharing, but the iPad or tablet application has been reported as successful. At this time, we will view the OMP public service announcement made by the Operation Megaphone Planning Committee. The Operation Megaphone Planning Committee requests that all event sites use this PSA in the coming weeks to get the word out by posting it to their social media accounts, printing the URL on paper flyers, showing the PSA to your internal event planning committees, and providing the link to your local public affairs office and other media outlets. Please stand by while all presenters are muted and as I navigate to the web link shown on the screen.
Operation Megaphone is back and better than ever. In April of 2014, the month of the military child, military youth programs from around the world will come together to offer Operation Megaphone.
Operation Megaphone, also known as OMP, is an annual worldwide event designed to connect military teams from around the world to discuss key issues that affect military teams, promote communication across all military services, and provide opportunities for teens to give back to their communities. This year, OMP's theme is Memories from Around the World and will feature the service project of aid to the Philippines. The theme was voted upon the OMP Planning Committee because military teams have all been around the world in a sense. We should share our own story with other people.
Last year, 3,500 military youth and teens participated at 105 overnight lock-ins located at military youth program facilities. 2013 event highlights include social media Harlem Shake contests, online scavenger hunts, and joint events including Air Force, Army, and Navy teams. The OMP Planning Committee plans to widen its reach this year, and we're happy to announce the incorporation of the Coast Guard and Marines.
Event sites are encouraged to video chat with other military installations, compete in social media challenges, host team leadership meetings to discuss military teen issues, invite various VIPs, collaborate with sister services, share their memories, and support the service project of aid to the Philippines.
For more information, contact your local military youth center or teen center. And please like and follow our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram Operation Megaphone pages while using the hashtag OMP2014.
That will conclude today's webinar. As a reminder, all associated documents have been disseminated by your respective service headquarters. It is highly recommended for all military youth programs to offer Operation Megaphone as applicable to local policies and event calendars allow. Please remember to register your Operation Megaphone event by Friday, 14 March 2014. This will allow the Operation Megaphone Planning Committee to begin scheduling the social media challenges and virtual connection schedules. After the close of this webinar, the services will collect and answer all questions and send out a question and answer response to all participants. Additionally, the PowerPoint slides and script from today's webinar will be made available to all participants. If you have additional questions, please contact your service-specific point of contact at the information shown on the screen. On behalf of the Air Force, Army, Coast Guard, Navy, and Marines, we thank you all for your participation in today's webinar.